Hi, how's it going? So I thought I would make a video that would offer some good advice. I've been a hairstylist for over 20 years and I get a lot of questions about my hair and about just hair in general. So this is actually my hair. This is not hair extensions. My hair is like down to my waist. And I thought I would go over what it takes to have long hair, to grow hair out, or just to have healthy hair, because the length of your hair depends on your genetics. Not everybody can grow really long hair. It depends. I don't even know if I can grow my hair any longer. It might be at its stopping point, but everybody has different genes and it depends on the person. So let's get into it. So I wrote some notes down. So one thing that you want to do for certain is pick a color and stick with it. Don't be changing your hair color all the time. Okay, pick a color, and it's going to take 2 years to grow out your hair. So it took me 2 years to grow out my hair, and from being a hairstylist and talking to people, it usually takes about 2 years to grow your hair out long or to get it into really good shape. So count on about 2 years. Once you get your hair to the desired length, if you're willing to risk it at that point, you could slightly change it, do a few highlights, but nothing major if you want to keep it healthy. Highlights is really damaging to your hair unless your hair can handle it. Some people's hair can handle it, but most people have a difficult time with it. It is going to damage your hair. So if you want long, healthy hair, I would avoid it. And if you get highlights, only do the roots. So when I color my own hair, I only do the roots because I want to keep the rest of this hair healthy and I don't want to implement any kind of damage onto it. So on a rare occasion, I might do an all over color or some kind of gloss to lift the shine. So that's what I do, but that's very rare. I typically just do my regrowth. So you want to keep your hair one color. Try to avoid bleach as much as possible. If your hair is dry and brittle, you need to try to avoid heat. Only using heat when you go out or have a special occasion. Sorry for the dogs. Only when it's a special occasion or you really need to dress up and make yourself look nice. And when you're at home, just let it air dry as much as possible. Make sure your hot tools are not too hot. I have a hairdryer that I trust, and even on the hottest setting, which is what I need to achieve the style that I need, because it does need to be hot in order to achieve style, to set it. So, but then I have another hairdryer that I use, and for some reason, when I use it, my hair feels damaged. So if you're starting to notice that your hair is feeling damaged, you need to get a different hot tool, okay? So, do not go for long periods of time without brushing or combing your hair, because if let's say you're on your bed, which I often do because I'm a student and I'm on my laptop, my hair is up in a bun and my head is moving around, that can be damaging to your hair. So, you know, if you're doing that and then you go like a day or two with your hair still up in a bun and you're sleeping on it, no. That is very damaging to your hair. Do not do that. It's best to sleep with your hair either in a long braid, not in a ponytail, long braid, or just down, okay? Relaxed, brushed out, okay? Only cut your hair, so if you're growing it long, only cut your hair when you really need to. Try to go as long as possible without cutting it, but you're gonna need to at certain points, and when it starts looking shabby, then do it because it's gonna look best that way. So you can lightly dust the ends with scissors to make it healthy in between cuts if you need to. Don't try to do layers or bangs yourself. People always regret it. Leave that up to the professionals. Um, be careful who you let cut your hair, because hairstylists are notorious for taking too much hair off. Find a hairstylist that you can trust and that's not going to take off too much hair. Okay. Um, don't go to just any random person. Just be real careful. Okay. Maybe, oh, there's supplements you can take. You can take biotin, you can take B vitamin, B complexes. You can take a supplement called quercetin. I know sometimes, because I've had a lot of babies, women after they've had babies, they get bald spots. And after some of my babies I had, my hair was a little thin right here. But there's a antioxidant called quercetin, and you can just buy it off of Amazon. And it helps the hair to grow back in. It's a antioxidant that is found in onions. So if you like onions, eat lots of onions. Also drink lots of water, okay? The hydration is really important for your hair, the way it grows out. So also what's important is make sure that you have a clean, healthy scalp. And what I mean by that is, a couple times a month, you need to do like an anti-dandruff or major cleansing shampoo of some sort, to really get all of the buildup off your scalp. There has been cases where people used oils and heavy conditioners and their hair started to fall out. And the reason is they had an oily buildup on their scalp. I think Wen was one of those products. Now I used Wen and I loved it. I didn't have any issues, but I also on an occasion would use dandruff shampoo. So your scalp being clean is very, very important, and it's important to get the oily buildup off of your scalp. And anti-dandruff shampoos also prevent fungus. An example of fungus is ringworm, or sometimes people get fungus on their hair when they sleep with their hair wet at night. This can cause hair loss. If you have cats, even if they don't go outside, they are carriers of ringworm, okay? So make sure you're using that dandruff shampoo, okay? Cats can just have it without going outside. Make sure you find some good brushes for yourself. Just find what works for you best, that's gentle on your hair. Don't be rough on your hair. You know, you want it to be shiny, maybe find boar bristle brushes. Those can be kind of pricey, so if that's too pricey for you, just a brush that works for you is fine, okay? If you would like to speed up the process of your hair growth, find a rice water recipe online for fermented rice water, okay? If you use this once a week, douse your whole scalp and hair with it. It will cause you to grow more hair in the anagen phase. The anagen phase is the phase that your hair grows. So by doing this, you cause your hair to grow longer during that phase, longer than it normally would, okay? Be good to your hair, baby it. You probably do need to wash it more often than you are. Most people think that they should go weeks without washing their hair because, oh, you know, you got to have the oils pulled down. Okay, doing that also dries out your hair because it's the lack of water. So the water being on your hair moisturizes your hair, okay? And like I said, a clean scalp is very important. So I wouldn't go longer than 2 days without washing your hair. Every other day, every 2 days is best, okay? Lastly, what I did to really help push my hair growth was I do all these things. The only thing I didn't really try was the rice water. I have heard that this is backed up by science. Also, castor oil is backed up by science. What I did do was once a week, I did a combination of oils and I rubbed it all over my hands and then massaged it into my scalp. I used peppermint, rosemary, castor oil, sometimes jojoba, sometimes argan oil, and I would mix those all together and massage it into my scalp. And I would do this the night before of the morning I planned to wash my hair. That way it had, during the night, to absorb into my scalp. But that was as long as I left it. Make sure you're washing it out, okay? Washing it off your scalp, okay? That just gave it time to penetrate, and that's it. I wouldn't leave it any longer, okay? So lastly, just find a good shampoo and conditioner that works for you. Everybody's chemistry is different. Everybody's hair needs are different. I love using, or what I use every day is the Moroccan Oil brand. It smells so good. It's really good stuff. They have oils that they sell, perfumes, creams, you name it. They have good stuff. So I hope this blesses you. And when all else fails, you can pray. There's nothing wrong with praying for your beauty needs. God wants those things for you. He wants those things for women. So these are the things that worked for me, and I hope they bless you.